Hi, everyone. This is Jeff Praissman with Interactive Brokers Podcast. My pleasure to welcome back for our weekly podcast with Prosper Trading Academy, Scott Bauer. Hey, Scott, how are you?
Jeff, I am fantastic. It is holiday season. We're out of here in a little bit. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Yeah, that's right. The market's a half day, and everyone's kind of just ready to get going.
That's right.
But it's been a wild year, and I kind of want to kick it off with what was the biggest news story of the year that you think influenced the markets?
Yeah, I think it has to be tariffs and Liberation Day. What happened to the markets back in April? I'm not that it was 100% unexpected because there was talk about tariffs coming in, but nobody really knew what the reactions were going to be, not just here in the U.S., but globally into the market. So, that was, I'm not going to say one of those one-off events, but that was certainly, let's call one of those 2 or 3 standard deviation events that I don't think anybody was really preparing for.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I think that's a great answer. I would say on the flip side, of maybe a calmer influence would be AI, right? Like it's sort of more of a smooth curve, whereas
Yes.
the Harris was just that, huge bump
Yep.
in the log there. But I think my
Yep.
answer would be kind of, obviously tariffs, but also maybe the AI was more of a consistent influence.
For sure.
And then I want to kind of flip this. What do you think was the biggest, new, like I guess non-news story that everyone thought that ended up being non-news that everyone thought was going to disrupt the markets, but kind of like fizzled out and never did?
So I'm going to say one that I bet if you took a poll, there wouldn't be many people that say this. And I'm going to say the Fed lowering rates, but seeing actual rates move higher and that not affecting the market, right? At least not affecting the equity markets. I think the intent and what everybody was thinking is, the Fed's going to lower rates, whether it's 1, 2, 3 cuts. We're going to see those rates come down. We're going to see the 10-year come down. We're going to see 30-year come down. And lo and behold, sure, we've seen some fluctuations, but the bond market has a mind of its own, right? And we just haven't seen that work in tandem. And to me, seeing the bond market, really remain where it's at, yields really remain where they're at, but the equity markets at all-time highs, to me, that's a pretty big surprise.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. And I would kind of add to it and not to be political at all, but like almost like all the conflicts in the world, right? There's just a lot of bad things going on. And,
Yes.
And the markets seem to just keep chugging along.
Yeah, it's what they call that Teflon market, right? And it's got to be careful.
Yes. All right. And, I know we got the holiday, we got a half day today. We're closed tomorrow. And, next week is New Year's. But even with this year winding down, we do still have some numbers releasing, next week, like ISMI, manufacturing PMI, and the weekly jobless claims. Plus, like, historically, I guess not even historically, but December 31st is actually a pretty important day. When a lot of the funds rebalance on
That's
that
right.
day. So, what should we expect from the market in this upcoming week?
I think we're going to see volatility because we will probably get a little bit lower volume, but we do have these data points. And as we've seen with the more recent eco data that has come out, where the market is a little unsure, right? Because of the government shutdown and because there's been this backlog. So I think there is a potential for some surprises in these numbers next week, which will add to maybe some of the volatility and some of the movement that I think we're going to see, given a little less liquidity than normal.
Yeah, no. And then finally, since we are winding down, I'm just going to ask you, what's your favorite holiday movie and holiday tradition?
All right. Well, favorite holiday movie for sure is Elf. There's no question
Great
about
one.
it. I mean, that is my favorite. But if we talk about more trading places, it has to be, because when I bring people down here to the SIBO live on the trading floor to visit, I always reference trading places. I'm like, okay, maybe you've never seen a trading floor before, but this is really, really like what you saw in trading places. Maybe it's not Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, but this is really what it is like. So those two are always, staples in my family. And how about you?
Yeah, I love Elf. It's funny. My oldest is home from college. We actually watched It's a Wonderful Life last night.
Yeah, it's great.
I really liked it. I got to say, on the flip side, like Office Christmas Party, do not let the kids see it. But that's a great one. And then
that is a good one.
I would say for the tradition, eggnog. Like, some people love it, some people hate it. I absolutely love it, but I only love it for about 3 weeks, and I want nothing to do with it after, like,
That's
New
it.
Year's, but I absolutely love eggnog.
That's it. Well, I hope you get your fill, but not too much of it.
Yes. Well, Scott, it's been a great year. Always appreciate you joining us for our Wednesday podcast. And for our listeners, you can find more from Scott at prospertradingacademy.com. On our website, go to education. You can find prior podcasts, webinars, and articles. Scott, have a great new year.
Thank you. Very same to you and your family, Jeff.
The analysis in this material is provided for information only and is not and should not be construed as an offer to sell or the solicitation of an offer to buy any security. To the extent that this material discusses general market activity, industry, or sector trends, or other broad-based economic or political conditions, it should not be construed as research or investment advice. To the extent that it includes references to specific securities, commodities, currencies, or other instruments, those references do not constitute a recommendation by IBKR to buy, sell, or hold such investments. This material does not and is not intended to take into account the particular financial conditions, investment objectives, or requirements of individual customers. Before acting on this material, you should consider whether it is suitable for your particular circumstances and, as necessary, seek professional advice.